So what's on your plate for today, Jack?
Well, we got this letter a while back from Stearns County about a new property tax relief program for some of our rural vacant land. It's called the Rural Preserve Program. I thought we'd better learn more about it to see what we need to do.
The Rural Preserve Program, that's the one the county assessor talked about at the informational meeting when he covered the changes to the Green Acre program.
Yeah, it says here because Green Acres is changing, some of our rural vacant land won't qualify anymore.
Does that mean we have to pay more taxes?
Not necessarily. According to this, we do have an option to enroll the land in the Rural Preserve Program.
Well, I sure don't want our taxes to go up. What do we need to do?
That's a good question.
Excuse me. I think I can help.
Who are you?
I'm the Rural Preserve Answer Guy. I have answers to all your questions about the Rural Preserve Program.
Okay. What's the difference between Green Acres and the Rural Preserve?
The property tax relief provided by the Rural Preserve Program is similar to Green Acres. It applies to land not eligible for the Green Acres program under the new rules. It's for rural vacant land that has been in Green Acres or is part of an agricultural homestead.
Sounds like our woods just north of the barn that we don't use would qualify.
Why don't we go through the qualifying details?
That's a good idea.
Okay, here we go. The Rural Preserve Program benefits owners of Class 2B land, unplatted rural vacant land that's associated with a farm like woods, unharvested meadow, unused pasture, and waste. For instance, your woods isn't used for agriculture, so that would qualify. The land in tillage or used for pasture wouldn't qualify.
So as long as it's part of the farm that isn't used for growing crops or pasture, then it qualifies.
Yes. The exception is that the land has to be at least 10 contiguous acres and it can't be used for any residential purposes or enrolled in another tax program. The deadline to enroll your qualifying property is May 1st, 2013, but you have to be sure to allow enough time for the Conservation Assessment Plan to be written and approved by the Stearns County Soil and Water Conservation District Office.
What if we don't do anything?
That certainly is your choice. But then your rural vacant land will no longer qualify for Green Acres, beginning with the 2013 assessment. The assessor will be required by law to remove this land from the program, and 3 years of deferred taxes will be collected. The amount of the payback for this land will be calculated on the difference between the Green Acres value and the estimated market value for the current and 2 preceding payable years.
Wow, that could add up quickly. So what are the fees for completing the plan?
It costs $200 plus $1 per acre with a maximum fee of $500 to have a conservation assessment plan completed. There's also an additional $75 fee to have the plan reviewed and approved by the Soil and Water Conservation District Board.
So how do we get started?
To enroll in the Rural Preserve Program, there are only 4 simple steps that need to be taken. Step 1 is to review the frequently asked questions and the landowner checklist included in the mailing. Then, also review the map of your farm and the report that shows the acreage the assessor has classified as rural vacant land. If you have any questions after reviewing this material, contact the assessor. Step 2 is to call the Stearns County Soil and Water Conservation District to schedule an on-site meeting at your property. The plan writer will inventory the type of vegetative cover on your land and then develop a conservation assessment plan. When the plan is completed, you'll meet at the Soil and Water Conservation District office to review and sign and prepare a covenant for recording.
I just thought of something. Can we sell the land if it's in the Rural Preserve Program?
Yes, but the covenant stays with the land.
What if we want to remove the land from the Rural Preserve Program for some reason in the future?
You can remove it from the program, but there are penalties. Once approved, land has to remain in the program for at least 8 years. After 5 years, you can request to remove the land. It will take another 3 years to terminate, and you'll have to pay back 3 years of deferred taxes.
Does it automatically expire in 8 years?
No, it continues forever unless you terminate it. You should note that if you do take the land out of the Rural Preserve Program, you can't re-enroll for another 3 years. Okay, now on to step 3. Which is at the Stearns County Recorder's Office, where the recorder will verify that all the Rural Preserve Program documents meet the recording standards. There's a $46 recording fee.
Hey, 3 down and 1 to go.
And step 4 is to go to the Stearns County Assessor's Office. The property owner has to complete and submit the application along with the approved conservation assessment plan and the recorded covenant. Once approved, the property is enrolled in the Rural Preserve Program.
That's a pretty easy process, especially to save taxes on our unused land. We can do this.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Answer Guy. You were a big help.
Glad to be of service. If you have questions about enrolling any unused, undeveloped rural property in the Rural Preserve Program, contact the Stearns County Assessor's Office at 320-656-3680 or visit any of these helpful web links.